and we're standing by for a press conference with Julie Gillard. There she
I'm
is
here
at the
today
mic.
with
We'll go there
Minister
now.
Bill Shorten and with Damien and Ray Panlock, and we're here today to talk about bullying in our workplaces. I feel very concerned that in workplaces around the country there are people, particularly young people, who are being bullied at work. When the Productivity Commission is telling you that this might be costing our nation between $6 billion and $36 billion, then that makes you really worry that there's a silent epidemic out there, that there are people who are being bullied who aren't feeling that they can raise their voices and report their experiences. Talking to Damien and Ray today, they know... You okay? Yeah, I was worried about you for a second. I thought that was going to hit you.
One on the floor.
Okay. Righto, we might have to do...
Someone's recorder.
And someone's recorder is on the floor.
You're right.
Okay, that's all right. No damage done to... No sound guys were injured. It's the main thing. That's right. We can put a disclaimer up at the end. No sound recorders were injured during the course of this press conference. I've had the opportunity to have a conversation with Damien and with Ray about their family experience, and they will talk about that family experience themselves, but it led to the loss of their daughter Brodie. And they fought hard here in Victoria for Brodie's Law, to have a law that deals with serious bullying at work. We today are here to announce a parliamentary inquiry into bullying around the nation. We're already taking some action, particularly through our new workplace health and safety laws and the development of a code of conduct by Safe Work Australia. But I'm concerned more needs to be done. And if we have a national parliamentary inquiry, it will enable people to come forward, tell their stories, help us work out the prevalence of bullying in workplaces, and also help us add to what we're doing now. And one way we could add to what we're doing now is to take Brodie's Law nationally and to have common national laws to deal with bullying at work. So I'll turn now to Minister Shorten, who might want to say a few words, and then hand over to Damien and Ray.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here with the Prime Minister and also, very importantly, Damien and Ray Panlock. Parents worry about their children growing up and being safe, but no family should go through what the Panlocks have been through. Their daughter was going to work, she was doing well, and yet what was happening to her work meant that one day she didn't come home. This is a dreadful experience for any family. Bullying is a secret scourge. It is far too common in all Australian workplaces. There is no excuse for bullying. Having a parliamentary inquiry where the voices of people who have been bullied can be heard, where families can explain what they've been through, I think puts a very human touch on what is a national problem. The experts say it costs between $6 billion in the workplace to up to $36 billion, according to some experts. The Commonwealth Government's moving to have national safety laws, but we believe that workplace bullying, even if it can't always be seen, is as big a scourge as anything else which is hurting our people at work, in particular our young people. So we want to do this because we don't want any other family to have to go through what the Panlocks and their family have been through.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Down to you, Ray.
I'd just like to thank Ms. Gilly and Bill. Bill's been with us for quite a long time, and it has been a long, hard road, and it's just wonderful that so many people are united in this particular cause. It is a really toxic environment that bullying creates, and it does have a serious effect on people's state of mental health, and it would be nice to know that we can all go to work, young or old, and feel safe, and that it will be taken seriously. I just don't want to see young people or of any age go through what we've had to go through with the loss of Brodie. I'd just like to thank everyone. Very important. As you know, we've got the one in Victoria, And it's just wonderful that it will be
That's right.
a national thing, because it just happens in every state, everywhere. And it's just wonderful. Thank you, thank you, Bill. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I think uniformity also. Uniformity, I think, throughout all the states, and that's where Julia Gillard comes into it, and Bill Shorten, that they will change the attitude and what the laws are going to be, and looking at bullying, particularly in the workplace with young adults that are trying to get on with what they're trying to do, trainees, apprentices, whatever, It's our children. It really is. It's our village. We've got to look after them. And it takes the community to look after them, not just their parents or their teachers, in the workplace, bosses or whatever. And this is what's got to change. Attitude, training. And with the good help of Julia and Bill and their team, I reckon we'll do it.
Yeah.
Across Australia, it's got to be done all the same, each state, not just one or two states.
Mr. Padlock, do you hope that the new law is named up, a new national law will be named?
It'd be nice. But
I
I think any law is a good law that changes these things.
Yeah, definitely.
The question you asked about a parliamentary inquiry, how does that assist? The Commonwealth is the Commonwealth is working on a code of practice, but it's no secret that unfortunately sometimes there's friction between Commonwealth and states about who should do what laws. Let's just park that issue for this issue of workplace bullying. I believe that there is enough bipartisan goodwill to take the initiative of using a parliamentary inquiry to look at having a common national law. Wherever you are in Australia, you cannot bully people at work.
Are there other questions on today's announcement? No, if there's not, we'll might let you put your coat on too, so you don't.
The bigger one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
As you walk away.
So we'll just take some other questions of the day. So we'll.
All right.
Okay.
Go for it.
Thanks. My concern here, and the concern of the Labor government, is always to put Australian jobs first. As a Labor government during the global financial crisis, we put Australian jobs first, and now we're putting Aussie jobs first too. We've got an economy where we've got $500 billion, I should be saying $500 billion, $500 billion of investment projects in the pipeline, and that means that there'll be tens of thousands of job opportunities for Australians. I want to make sure as those jobs come on stream that Australians get the benefit of having those jobs. Now, the sheer size and scale of what's happening means that we will need some foreign labour. We're working to make sure that Aussies get jobs first. Yesterday, Minister Bowen announced a particular arrangement for one project in the Pilbara. At least 80% of the jobs on that project will go to Australians. But yesterday I decided that we would add to what we are doing to make sure that Aussies are getting the jobs first. We'll have a jobs board, which will be a way for Aussies to know what's happening in the resources sector and what the jobs are, and companies won't be able to bring in foreign workers if there's an Australian ready, able and willing to do the work on the jobs board. And second, I'm strengthening oversight of enterprise migration agreements. Look, I don't on any day comment on internal government processes, but the important thing for Australians is that people get access to job opportunities, that we're looking to Australians first, skilling Australians, getting them to fill these jobs. These are jobs in our resources sector. It's our mineral wealth, and we want to share the opportunities that comes from getting that mineral wealth out of the ground. That's why we're focused on Australian jobs first and foremost.
You said you put in some checks and balances. The unions today, though, are fearful that this may open the floodgates to foreign workers in other industries.
I can assure everyone that we will be putting the interests of Australians at the front of the queue, and we will be putting Australians looking for work at the front of the queue. There will be tens of thousands of job opportunities in the resources sector, and I want to make sure that Australians get the benefits of those opportunities, that we're skilling Australians first and getting them the jobs first. Now, there will be some need for foreign labour. The amazing size of what's happening in our resources sector means that there won't be enough Australians available to fill all of the jobs that are necessary, but Australians will always come first in getting these job opportunities.
Are you concerned about the divisions it's causing within the party? I understand Doug Cameron this morning said that he was gobsmacked by it.
Look, I'm sure Doug Cameron, along with all Labor members, understands the importance of jobs. We worked very hard as a government to support Australian jobs during the global financial crisis, and we'll be doing exactly the same now. Look, I'm not here today to talk about what's happening in Canberra or, matters associated with the Leader of the Opposition. We're here today with Damien and Ray, a couple who know what this is like from losing their young daughter Brodie, and we want to respond to that very serious issue of bullying right around the nation at work. I mean, it does really disturb me. We don't even know the size of this. We don't know how many people are feeling under pressure in their workplaces. We've taken some steps to respond, but now this parliamentary inquiry is the next step so that we can get national arrangements that make a difference for people who might be feeling fearful at work.
Final question.
To that visa issue, given that you said that you're going to be introducing new measures, does that mean that this deal?
It means that each and every day we keep monitoring and improving policy. As a government, that's what we do. Yes, I will. Okay, thanks very much. Oh, thank you.
That's the Prime Minister wrapping up a press conference there in Melbourne. She was announcing a new parliamentary inquiry into workplace bullying. The Prime Minister referred to it as a silent epidemic, and she was there with the Workplace Relations Minister, who says that the change or the inquiry will explore uniform laws across the country. Julia Gillard also answered questions about the federal government allowing 1,700 workers to come from overseas to work on a mine in the Pilbara. Julia Gillard says that 80% of those workers on that project will be Australian.